Hey there folks, Wrel here. In the background you'll see some gameplay from Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but we'll be talking about being the hero in your own story and why it isn't always necessary. Gaming in general I think is so attractive to us as players because, especially in single player games like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, we are the hero. The world, the story not only revolves around us, but we get to make the weighty decisions that have these earth-shattering implications. To a lesser degree, you look at games like Call of Duty where you have a end-of-match kill cam at the end, and the top 3 players are sitting there before the scoreboard comes up. We like it when our games pander to our desire for importance. And as human beings, we very often do not feel as if we are important, or that our decisions are weighty and earth-shattering. We aren't recognized nearly often enough for our efforts, but we are important. Our decisions do matter. It's just the context that's different. We don't live in a world where we're staving off Reaper invasions, and not all of us are going to be the CEO of a major corporation or the president of a country, but that doesn't mean that we aren't important. It doesn't mean that we don't have power. It's just that the ways in which we influence the world around us is quite often done through the stories of others, and that's really what I want to talk about. Unlike in the games we play, in life, it's okay to not be the hero in your own story. Here's an example, and this is a weakness of mine, so I'd like you to think about how it may apply to areas of your life, even though your own personal example may be much different. When there's an idea presented, be it about PlanetSide 2, or in relation to the channel, or what have you, if I've already thought about that idea before, I usually want the other person to know it. I want them to know that I already had this idea because then it puts them at a disadvantage. That sounds horrible, and it's a serious weakness because a lot of times it's completely unnecessary for me to do that. I could instead be saying, that's a good idea, I'll think about it. And then that person will feel good about themselves, they'll maybe want to give more feedback and generally feel more involved. It's a win-win, right? Because all it costs me is like some of my ego. You can't create that win-win all the time though. Sometimes it's important to express that, especially when you think about from a developmental standpoint, that, yes, we have been talking about these issues internally and we'll have more information when that becomes available. Because if you don't let people know that it's already on your mind, then they would come back with, why haven't you thought of this already? It's been an issue for X number of years. Do the devs even play their own game? Etc, etc. And it'll just make it seem like you're clueless, which is in many ways not the case, but it's an easy perception to create. The happy medium, though, between either conceding or doing the egotistical superiority thing, is to inspire discussion between both parties. For example, you can respond with, I was thinking something along these lines, and it kind of aligns with your points here and here and here. What do you think? And that's the win-win. You let the other person know that you've heard them, you give them a feeling of importance because you're not just shutting them down, and you don't come off as ignorant at the same time. Ultimately, that's you making the decision, right? That's the power that you have as a human being. You can choose whether or not to inspire an individual and give them the feeling of importance and connection because that's something that we all crave to greater or lesser degrees, or you can choose not to. Either way, there's no leaderboard in real life. You're not going to save everyone from certain annihilation. All of our battles are internal. They're conflicts that we both create and resolve. And our own strength is only measured by how far you can reach into the lives of others. If this video has been interesting, helpful, or entertaining, please feel free to like, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. And if you enjoy these sorts of videos, or if you have any thoughts on what we've talked about today, feel free to share them in the comment section down below. Thanks very much, folks. Wrel signing off.
Stealth specialist wasted.
Kinetic armor good to go.
Friendly HCXD deployed. Hostile UAV spotted. Hostile care package overhead.
Sniper! EKIA. Spectre down.
advised. Hostile HCXD spotted. Hostile Guardian spotted.
Outrider KIA. Good effect. Shut out. Seraph KIA.
UAV on standby.
Establish perimeter at 10,000 feet AGL.
Defensive systems online.
UAV destroyed.
Incoming thermite! Kinetic armor drained. Drop. Good effect.
Hellstorm awaiting orders.
The world is watching. Show them the win.
Demo KIA. Request Hellstorm on my target.
One kill.
Hits. I.
HCXD deployed.
KIA.
All CDP assets degraded.
TACOM requesting redeploy to new hot zone. Mess with the best, die like the rest.